What's up, guys, and welcome back to Wake Up Entertainment. So, Mtokozi Sithwala was speaking at the Senzo Meyiwa trial, and he was giving a witness testimony of what he himself witnessed whilst inside the Khumalo house. And during that moment, he spoke about the events that happened in 2019 when he was taken by the police and they sort of like assaulted him for him to more of like implicate himself. This is what he said.
Yeah, so Advocate Mshololo, I understand, Mloko also questioned Twala about him having been beaten up by police. What was said there?
The police came to his house and they beat him up during an interrogation. And I don't know whether they were trying to say he was involved in the killing of Senzo Meyiwa or not. But then he was asked today whether he reported that to the police, opened a case against those who allegedly assaulted him. And he says, yes, I did. The issue here is that he waited for about 5 months before he could report that particular case. And he did not have the medical records with him to prove that indeed he was assaulted.
When was that when you corrected your statement?
Angisakhumbuli kahle kodwa ngiyakhumbula ukuthi bake bafika eThekwini ngoba bangithatha emsebenzini saya ngaseBhish ngikhumbula kahle.
I don't remember well, but I do recall that they once arrived in Durban and they fetched me from work and they took me to the site of the beach. I remember that well.
When was that? Was it before you were assaulted by the police or after they were assaulted by the police?
It was before.
Some of it was before.
It was before, yes.
And some of it was after
Yes.
the beating?
I would say so.
And yes,
And some of it was after the assault by the police?
I think okunye sekungaba ke ngesikhathi sikhuluma la.
I think some would be now in the time when we were speaking here.
Hayi after ukuthi sengishayiwe.
Not after the beating, no.
After the beating, you never corrected any statement?
Emuva kokuthi washaywa akaze ulungise statement.
Angikhumbula ngasho ukuthi angilunganga angikhumbuli.
No, I don't recall. Let me not say that I didn't do it. I don't remember.
Ngiyachaza yini ukuthi ngishayiwe.
Sorry. Does it impress you that I was assaulted?
I told you that you are not asking me questions.
So around in 2019, during the heat of the investigations there, when the police were still looking for the suspects that were involved in the Senzo Meyiwa trial, that's when Mtokozi Sithwala was then picked up by the police officers at his Durban residence. He says he was taken from his Durban residence under the guise that he is going to participate in an identity parade in Johannesburg. So Mtokozi Sithwala then traveled all the way from Durban to Pretoria. Can you imagine traveling all that distance? He then says that Mtokozi Sithwala that unfortunately he was taken to Pretoria where he was sort of like assaulted by the police for him to actually implicate himself as being responsible for the Senzo Meyiwa case. Can you imagine? So obviously, these are like serious allegations that Mtokozi Sithwala actually made and are actually making them in court like that. It sort of like intensifies the weight of what he just said. So the next question obviously that I have is that why is the police not commenting on these serious allegations against themselves? Because this is like something that is tarnishing towards them. So it actually makes sense for them to actually respond to Mtokozi Sithwala. So the reason why the police might not be commenting on these allegations, it is because of an ongoing investigation, and the police might be withholding the comment while the investigations are being conducted. And when the investigations are done, then they can then comment. Obviously, the police might actually be denying these allegations and they may be preferring not to comment publicly because it might like create a lot of scrutiny around that point, and they may actually be preferring to remain silent until they're actually certain of exactly what happened, because it's actually very possible they are like rogue police officers that may be involved that may have done that. But obviously that does not mean that the entire police is like that. It may be just those 1 or 2 individuals. And the police might be investigating so that they get the real facts before they actually make a comment. Because if you can think about it, like, what are the chances of Mthokozi Sithwala actually lying about this while he is in court? Those chances are very, very low. There is definitely no way, from the way that I'm seeing it, that Mthokozi Sithwala might go all the way to actually lie in court about something serious like this, because if he is lying, he might find himself in trouble for actually lying. So definitely he might not be lying. So there's a 99.99% chance of Mthokozi Sithwala actually telling the truth from his own side. Before we hear the side of the police, obviously each and every person, they have their own side of exactly what happened. So the next question is, what can Mthokozi Sithwala do to get justice over what was done to him? So since he already filed a complaint with the Independent Police Investigative Directorate and hasn't gotten a response yet, he may actually go in another direction. And that direction is to seek legal counsel that is consulting with the lawyers who are actually like experienced with human rights cases, like the one that is actually involved in, because this is involving police misconduct. And also he might even engage like human rights organizations to get support from them and actually be given assistance and direction over what he can do. But obviously the challenge is that sort of like seeking justice around something like this, it can be really exhausting, and it can consume a lot of resources financially, and it might actually be like better to actually leave it like that, since none of all of that happened in 2019, it no longer poses any risk to him right now. And one thing that is obvious is that the court itself, it's not interested in this assault of Mthokozi Sithwala, because it more of like complicates the entire case if you think about it, because there isn't like enough concrete proof to support the claims by Mthokozi Sithwala, because there are no eyewitness testimonies to support that. And as you know, sometimes the legal authorities, it's sort of slow to respond, and it takes a lot of time, to actually get to the justice. But obviously justice will definitely be served at the end of the day. But the way it moves, it sort of moves at a snail's pace. So in conclusion, for Mthokozi Sithwala, the decision to actually pursue justice, it can actually be guided by his own need for personal safety, well-being, and also looking at his like financial resources, and also analyzing that is there actually even a need for him to do this. So the final decision, it's up to him. But the way I'm seeing it, it might actually be best to just move forward with life. And he has already done the good thing to report it to the IPID, and also he has mentioned it in court. So he has done the best that he can. So tell me what you think in the comment section, and